are. Sri Lanka versus Pakistan. The crowd already getting rather vociferous. A lot of Sri Lankan support here, and they need just the 2 points, really, to go through to the final against South Africa on Sunday. But if Pakistan are to do it, they have to have really a miracle, in my opinion. It's a case of dismissing Sri Lanka quickly and getting the runs even quicker. It's all a case of calculation for them. Let's have a look at the wicket they'll be playing on today here, and Paul Allott will describe it to us.
Thanks, Barry. It's a fine but cloudy day here in Nairobi this morning. There are signs that the sun is going to break through and we could be in for a glorious day. The pitch that's being used for today's Sri Lanka-Pakistan game has been used before. It was used 4 days ago, and the ground staff have attempted to rejuvenate it. I think this pitch will turn quite considerably. Let's have a look at the surface. The ground staff have spread some dead grass over the top and rolled it in. But if you scrape that away, there's a fair amount of loose surface under here and 1 or 2 holes under this surface. This is going to provide an increasing amount of turn for the spinners as the game goes on. Muralitharan will be licking his lips bowling on this. I think, though, that whoever wins the toss will look to bat first and use the conditions to pile on the runs, and then the spinners will get to work later on in the day.
So Paul thinks it's going to spin a little bit later on in the day. Let's find out what the captain's opinions are. They'll be having a chat with Ravi Shastri after the toss.
So everything seems to be ready with the toss. All right, Mr. Ref. Off we go. Yes. Goes the coin.
Oh. Ah, it's finished on a head.
We'll bowl first.
Okay. Thank you. Well, Arjuna, you won the toss. What have you decided?
We are going to bowl first.
Anything to do with the cloud cover?
Slightly, we thought that we might get a couple of early wickets with the 2 new bowlers we have and try and chase the runs.
Well, you won 2 games out of 2, but you cannot afford to be complacent today.
Very much. We take every game seriously, whether we are in the finals or not. This is just another game. Go out there, enjoy yourself, give 100%.
Well, good luck for today's game.
Thanks.
Well, Saeed, you've been put into bat. You're down, but certainly not out.
Yeah, but if I would have won the toss, I would have batted. Because we want to score runs around, say, more plus 250. And we want to get them out 50 runs behind us.
Well, any changes in your side from the last one that played against Kenya?
Yeah, one change. We are playing with 5 batsmen plus 1 all-rounder as a menu. So you can bowl a bit and bat a bit.
Well, good luck for today's game. You've got everything to play for.
Thank you.
Well, the news from out here in the middle is Sri Lanka have won the toss and they've put Pakistan into bat.
So there we are then. The game is now on. Looks like a case of calculators out during the course of the day to see how Pakistan will do. Let's join our commentator in the box. It's Paul Allott as Ravi Shastri makes his way back there.
Thanks very much, Barry. The final game in the round robin of this Samir Group sponsored 4 Nations tournament, Pakistan against Sri Lanka, from the Nairobi Gymkhana to decide really who will meet South Africa in the final on Sunday. It's all down to run rates, net run rates, we understand now are being used to calculate who's going to come second and third. These are the games that have taken place so far in the tournament. Kenya played Sri Lanka last Saturday to start the tournament off. Sri Lanka with an easy 7-wicket victory with 19 overs to spare. And then South Africa posted the highest score of the tournament, 321 for 8, a world record stand between Cullinan and Rhodes of 232. Meant that Pakistan found the job too difficult. South Africa then lost a thrilling game, low-scoring game to Sri Lanka at the Nairobi club on a wicket that turned appreciably. Sri Lanka winning that one by 2 wickets. And another thrilling game at the Aga Khan Sports Club. Kenya very nearly with a surprise victory over Pakistan, who eventually won by 4 wickets, owed an awful lot to wicketkeeper Moin Khan. South Africa, another 300 plus total, 305 for 8 in 50 overs against Kenya yesterday. Kenya folding in the face of hostile quick bowling from Alan Donald and Brian McMillan. The light cloud that is covering Nairobi this morning is breaking. The sun is starting to come through. Temperature forecast for today up to 27. Could be the warmest day of the week. And 74% humidity. This is how things stand at the moment. South Africa, they've played all their games 4 points with a net run rate of plus 1.53. Sri Lanka in second place. They've played 2-1-2, 1.43 their net run rate. And Pakistan, if they win today, they've got to boost that net run rate by something like 1.7. It's an awesome task. Sri Lankan team won the toss. Arjuna Ranatunga invited Pakistan to bat first. Despite the feeling that this pitch is going to turn, I think Ranatunga thinks it's going to turn from the word go. It's not going to make an awful lot of difference. The two seamers, Chaminda Vas and Jiva Silva, and 4 spinners in that lineup. Pakistan's team, captained by Saeed Anwar for the second time this week, Wasim Akram having returned to Pakistan. And they're playing 5 batsmen, the keeper Moin, and additional bowling resources from Azhar Mahmood. Pakistan's opening batsman, Saeed Anwar and Salim Elahi. Intriguing contest, Ravi. Saeed really needs to lead his side to an emphatic victory if Pakistan are going to qualify for the final.
That's right, Paul. Good morning to all our viewers. Pakistan have to score a comprehensive victory here if they are to make it to the finals. And the man who can do it for them is Saeed Anwar. Very impressive record, 3,500 runs in one-day internationals. That's an average just over 36, 131 against the West Indies, his career best. Sri Lanka winning the toss today and sending Pakistan into bat. Paul Allett, during his pitch report, said that there will be some help for the spinners. There's no doubt about that, because it did look pretty rough, the surface, and there was a little bit of moisture as well, so one won't be surprised if there is some help for the spinners very early in the game. Sanjeev Silva will bowl the first over of the morning. 2 for 27 in this tournament against Kenya, his best. Just 3 matches for him in his career. He'll be bowling to Saeed Anwar.
All set then for the first ball of the last game in this round-robin series of matches. Sanjeeva Silva from the Forest Road end to Saeed Anwar. And Pakistan underway from the first ball. Signalled wide by umpire Ian Robertson.
And also, I think another reason why Sri Lanka may have chosen to field first is that they know that Pakistan will be looking for a huge score here, and in trying to get that, maybe they might make a few mistakes, as a result of which they might lose wickets quickly.
There are all sorts of pressures on players in this one-day tournament, one-day cricket in general. It's always important to win, but increasingly important to win well and maintain a positive run rate, net run rate. Once you get behind in that, it's very difficult to make up. First runs off the bat. Saeed Anwar picking up a single down to fine leg. Salim Elahi, only 19 years of age, played 13 games already and averaging very nearly 35 with 350s and 100.
I think from Sri Lanka's point of view, they shouldn't be too worried about all these calculations. They should just go out there and try and win the game. They're unbeaten in this tournament so far.
Yeah, you're quite right, Ravi. It's always the side that's chasing, looking to play catch-up cricket, that has to worry about calculations. Sri Lanka really in the box seat with 4 points under their belt already. Just have to go out and win the game.
As always, a very relaxed Sri Lankan captain.
Got to be close. Did all the right things, that. Just started to swing into the right-hander, who didn't make a big stride forward.
Well, this has to be very close. Interesting to see if this one pitched in line. Yes, it did. And that has to be close. Unless he's got any bat on it, he's not playing too far forward. I think the bowler should be disappointed. Not getting that decision in his favor.
Again, a little bit of late in swing from Silva. He's had a good tournament.
Well, he's been a good find for Sri Lanka. They've been looking for a medium pacer for quite some time. And Silva looks a promising cricketer. He gets the ball to move both ways. Ian Robinson from Zimbabwe, the umpire at the Forest Road end. And Russell Tiffin, the umpire at square leg, also from Zimbabwe.
Ranatunga in the gully. Little problem earlier this morning with the 15-metre circle placement, and the ground staff had got it slightly wrong. They'd placed those close catching discs, or the area where the close catches have to be, at 20 metres rather than 15, so hastily rearranged. Good opening over from Sanjeeva Silva. 2 without loss, Pakistan. Anything short is dispatched with ease by Saeed. He's pulled that in front of square. It's running away. The outfield very quick. And that's the first boundary of the morning.
Well, after he played that first delivery in the over, he was practicing that shot. And he got an opportunity here to get it into play. Gets into nice position, had enough time to play it in front of square, and got the first boundary for Pakistan. Such an easy-paced wicket, he could pull it even off the front foot.
And again flicked away. He's timed that beautifully. Looked to play it with a cross bat in the end because the ball didn't bounce quite as much as he thought. He straightened the bat and flicked it away behind square for a second successive boundary.
This is one of his strengths, Saeed Anwar. He's a lovely timer of the ball. This one drifting towards leg stump. He gets into good position and plays it behind square. No chance for the man at fine leg.
Glorious. Absolutely glorious.
Beautiful shot, this by Anwar. He just leaned into it and played through the line. And again timed it magnificently. Standing up tall, just playing through the line and finding the gap through extra cover.
He's repeated it, and that is a glorious shot as well. A little bit fuller this time, but still beautifully straight back for 4.
Crowd getting a little noisy as someone decides to take the flag around for Pakistan, and my word, they can raise it high now with that shot over the top of long on. That's a lovely shot indeed.
Well, fine way to bring up the 50. A little bit of air here. Down the track comes the Pakistan captain. Good use of his feet. And going through with the shot and hitting it over mid-on for 4.
So the run rate pretty good at this moment, doing well. Crowd getting a little noisy as someone decides to take the flag around for Pakistan, and my word, they can raise it high now with that shot over the top of long on. That's a lovely shot indeed.
Well, fine way to bring up the 50. A little bit of air here. Down the track comes the Pakistan captain. Good use of his feet. And going through with the shot and hitting it over mid-on for 4.
Holding out originally, but Afridi. And he's going to get one over the top. I think this one whipped him away. There's 6 runs. What a way to open your account. That's not too bad at all. So Afridi gets after the spinner, Damasina. Hoiks it away over mid-wicket. That's an unbelievable shot. Second ball in. There he goes again. My word, is unbelievable. That's another 6 for him. And up it goes. That's his 3rd 6 since he's been at the crease. Faced 11 balls. And his 3 is hit for 6 and 1 is hit for a 4. And he really is enjoying this young man. And that is a long, long 6. That's the longest part of the ground down there on the long off boundary. Here he goes again, up in the air, and right out of the ground. That's over the top of the pavilion, gone. A huge hit. That's into the car park, down there by the production van, I should think. My word. The crowd are enjoying this. Said Afridi is enjoying it. Drags it from outside off stump, gets his feet coming right down to it, right up over the top of the mid-wicket boundary.
Huge hit. There's no point chasing that. 6 more. Hundreds up for Pakistan in just 13 overs and 1 ball. Stunning hitting by Afridi. First 50 off 53 balls. Look at that second 50 off just 27 deliveries. Mainly due to Shahid Afridi, who is 37 not out now. Flatter, faster, and hit further and higher. 6 more. Spectacular stuff from the Pakistanis. Afridi's just got license to hit. Problem now for Jayasuriya is that he's bowled it probably as fast as he can and as flat as he can, and Afridi's still got underneath the ball and got enough loft on it to get it flat and straight for 6. 4 of those 6s through mid-on, 1 over long off. Full toss, that's going to be 6. No question about it. 50 partnerships up. The Afridi's 50 has come off 18 balls, just one ball slower than the world record held by Sanaf Josariya. Six, 6, 2, 6. It's gone through for 4. Brave effort by mid-off to try and stop that ball.
That was a glorious short ball.
Have you ever seen anything like this, Chandrakant?
Yeah. He looks to be a very good striker of the ball.
That's an enormous blow. It's another 6. No, it's not. It's 4 this time. So 3 6s, 2 4s, and a 2 from the over. 28 off that 14th over. 122 for 1, Pakistan. So just 4 off the over. A good one from Muralitharan. 15 overs gone. 1 2 6 for 1. $126 for 1. 15 overs gone. It's got to be one of the highest scores off the first 15 overs in limited overs cricket. Monstrously spectacular from Afridi. 59 not out. Look at that figure on the right. Just 20 balls faced. Saeed Anwar, his captain, 38 from 37 and a run a ball at the start of the innings. That's pretty good as well. Paled into insignificance beside Afridi's innings. 126 for 1 from just 94 balls, Pakistan. He's taking drinks with those 2 partnerships. 60 for the first wicket from 61 balls. That was good enough. 66 unbroken for the second wicket in just 30 deliveries and 24 minutes between Anwar and Afridi. And the bowling figures just starting to look a little ragged. Saria will want to forget those. 1 over for 28. Muralitharan with a semblance of order. 1 over for 4. The only bright spot for Sri Lanka this morning. Elahi caught Muralitharan, bowled Dharmasena for 23 when the score was on 60. Picked out the man at deep mid-wicket.
That's it, good stuff.
Saria is continuing from the city end. Just show you the end of Elahi. And Afridi, well, he's gone into his shell. He's blocked one and attempted to paddle that away. It's a leg by there.
Well, this is a tremendous performance from Pakistanis so far.
Well, the only way they can get into the final, Chandra, is to score in excess of 300 and then bowl Sri Lanka out cheaply. Afridi's come down the track. The field's out. But you need fielders in the car park when Afridi's batting. That's his 8-6. Children being kept busy on the perimeter of the ground. This isn't slogging, this is cultured and quality hitting from Afridi. Majority of his shots have been hit straight. He's kept his head down, watched the ball all the way onto the bat and hit them with enormous power. And again.
Glorious shot, Paul.
Well, you see this occasionally, you see the odd shot come off like this, but to sustain it and hit 9 sixes in the period of just 24 balls is quite exceptional.
I would love to see him batting against the medium pacer at the moment. Ball, the way he's going now, after all the spinners.
Well, he's hammered the spinners. Jayasuriya has come in for some dreadful tap. He's only bowled 8 deliveries, gone for 40. That's a no ball to compound the felony. So Muralitharan to Afridi. Huge turn, good shot. He just waited for that. Watched it turn into him and played an extremely cultured square cut for 4. Clubbed away. It's 4 more. Huge gap at mid-wicket. There's a man out at deep backward square and a man out at deep long on, and they're probably the best part of 100 metres between them as Afridi finds the gap. You think he's got time to just sort of take stock and block his way to 100, really? If he gets a runner ball, he's still there in under 50 deliveries.
Yeah, he's done a job for his team, and now he's looking for his own 100.
And Saeed Anwar's in on the act. Extremely risky player.
Down the track he comes, and this has gone a long way. Another 6. These are not hits. These are Scud missiles. Down the track, opens his shoulders, and yet another Scud. And this is another one, even bigger, over mid-wicket and out of the ground. He's moved to 95, and so far he's had a party. Get a single on the onside. That's a rare sight when Afridi's been there. Saeed Anwar wants the second and comes back. Good running by the Pakistan captain. Guru Singh a little slow in coming to the ball there, and Saeed Anwar quick to spot it, run that first run hard, and came back comfortably for the second. So he's moved to 97. It's taken him only 36 balls, the world record set by Jayasuriya in 48 balls. Can he get it? And he swept it away. This should be the world record. Saeed Afridi has got the fastest 100 in one-day international cricket. It's taken him only 37 balls. And he set this Nairobi Gymkhana ground ablaze. Fantastic innings by the young man, considering it's his first knock in one-day international cricket. Good, intelligent batting by him to paddle that one round the corner to bring up the fastest 100 in one-day international cricket. Some achievement for a man playing just his first knock in the big game. Look at those statistics. And that's Saeed Anwar's 50. He's looked pedestrian in comparison to Afridi, but it's been a fine knock by the Pakistan captain. He's been talking to Saeed Afridi all the way. Picked up. This could go straight to the man at long on. Yes, taken by him. The end of a fantastic innings by young Saeed Afridi. Caught by Muralitharan in the deep, off Silva. But he's done the job for his country. Coming in at number 3, he set the stands alight. The fastest 100 in one-day international cricket. One of the great innings has just come to an end. Picks this one up. This goes straight down the throat of the fielder at long on, and a delighted Sri Lankan contingent. They knew they had to see the back of this man. 102 in just 40 balls in 51 minutes. Sheer entertainment. 186 for 2 the score. Sanity most certainly will return to the proceedings now when Ramiz Raja comes to the crease. Lots of experience, 4,800 runs in one-day international cricket, close to the 5,000 run mark. 119 not out against New Zealand, his highest. By the umpire, rightly so. Shout for leg before here. Saeed Anwar had got that front foot way down the track. This is a good time for Sri Lanka to get back into the game. Got a new batsman at the crease, try and keep him as much as possible on the strike. Didn't get too many runs in the first game, Ramiz Raja, and this one turning a long way from Durmasena. This is beautifully played by Anwar. This is good, skillful cricket by the Pakistan captain. The man at fine leg was up in the circle, and Anwar chooses a spot here nicely, waits on it and plays it very late. Just helps it along, using the pace of the ball and getting the placement absolutely right. So that brings up the Pakistan 200. That single. It's taken them just 23 overs, just what the doctor ordered for Pakistan when they were put into bat. They needed a blazing start, and they've got that. Thanks to that innings from that young man, 21-year-old Saeed Afridi, breaking the world record for the fastest 100 today. And whilst he was there, you could see third 50 of just 23 balls, the second one of 27 balls. Swung away by Ramiz. This will go all the way to the fence. He's found the gap on the onside. With 8 wickets in hand, Ramiz can afford to take risks. Pakistan have crossed the 200 mark. They need to carry on, and this is beautifully played. Again, waiting on it late. Down the track comes Ramiz, goes in the air, and could be caught at mid-on. Yes, he is, by Guru Singh on the second attempt. Looking to clear the infield here, not quite getting hold of it, and in the end, a very good catch by Guru Singh. Not to the pitch of the ball, hitting it in the air. Guru Singh doing a splendid job here to catch it on the second attempt, one-handed. So Pakistan lose their third wicket, that of Ramiz Raja, 207 runs on the board. Pakistan's most experienced player in one-day international comes out to the middle. Salim Malik to join his captain. Heaps of experience for him. Over 6,000 runs at an average of 33.5. 102 against India in Sharjah, his best. He'll be on strike to Uthaya Muralidharan, the Vice President of the Sri Lankan Cricket Board, has just left us, joined by the South African captain, Hansi Cronje.
If you get wickets in hand in the last 10 overs, which we are planning to do anyway, if you got wickets in our hand for the last 10 overs, we can go to town.
You can go to town. You could get up to 400. At the moment, 261 for 3 from 35. Shot. It's a good shot by Saeed Anwar. So it's going to beat Guru Singh to the deep square leg boundary, and that takes Saeed Anwar through to his century. It's his 9th in one-day international cricket, and it's been a marvellous performance, somewhat overshadowed by Shahid Afridi's innings of 100, but a fine innings in its own right.
Very sensible as well.
Down the track this time, and hit high and hard, straight back over the sight screen for 6. "40 overs gone, 294 for 3. Last ball of the 40th over. Launched high and handsomely back over the sight screen for 6. Got to be a wide. Well, I can't believe that.
So plenty of batsmen left back in the hut there for Pakistan. Ahmed and Khan both can have a go. And also, of course, Yunus is there as well. Has been known to put bat to ball pretty rapidly and very late in innings. Gave himself a lot of room, went outside the leg stump, and then the ball just went away from him. This one didn't. This one's going to go away for 4, isn't it? Good piece of fielding down there on the mid-wicket boundary. Russian Mahanama getting a hand down on that. That's a fine piece of fielding. Ball's bouncing quite a bit out there. That's high. And it's up to Russian Mahanama again. And he's held on to it.
Saeed Anwar, the Pakistan captain, perishes with the score 299 for 3. Attempting to heave this over the leg side. All he does is find the hands of Mahanama. Trying to hit Muralitharan across the line there. Always a tricky shot with the ball turning as much as it is. And Mahanama takes the catch. 115, Saeed Anwar, brilliant innings. 299 for 4, Pakistan. Not exactly the man the fielding side want to see coming in at 299 for 4. Ijaz Ahmed, 144 matches. He's at the non-strikers end. Salim Malik goes for the big hit and gets 4. As the ball scutters through underneath the man at deep long on. Dalmasina. It's as though Malik's going to take charge now. He was allowing Saeed Anwar to play all the shots. And as soon as Anwar's been dismissed, Malik takes on the mantle of attacking batsman. 650, 300 up, off just 51 balls. 4 more. Swept away fine.
Surya being brought back into the attack. Most of the bowlers expensive, in fact all the bowlers. Muralitharan 10 overs, 2 for 73. Doesn't happen often. Going at over 7 runs per over. Jayasuriya 6 overs for 66. And he's been brought back into the attack.
Having had 43, knocked off his first 2. He's asking again. Pakistan supporters are saying show the green, but I tell you what, I think there could be some red here. There could be some red here. He could be on his way.
Well, no question about that. He's gone. His leg was in the air when Kalivitarna took out the bails. Clearly showing there that his leg was in the air, so Pakistan lose their 5th wicket with 314 runs on the board.
So Moin Khan comes in, 50 matches, and a good keeper as well, this man. Aggressive little batsman as well.
Played that match-winning knock in the last game against Kenya, when Pakistan were in deep trouble at one stage.
Bit with a lift, and did well to read that with the batsman and just lay the bat on it.
Pakistan from here on score at a run a ball. They will cross that 350 mark. This is a magnificent shot from Malik. Getting inside the line of the ball and picking it up over extra cover and in the gap on the offside for 4 more runs. Beautifully played. That's what Pakistan want, a boundary every over, and then if they can pick up their 1s and 2s.
That's a fine catch. Very hard, coming very quickly at him. The captain takes a great catch. Ranatunga just above his head, only a short man anyway, and driven straight at him. Superb catch.
Again looking to hit this one over the cover fielder. Salim Malik not quite getting hold of this. Getting it right at the end of the bat, and Arjuna Ranatunga making no mistake. So Pakistan lose the 6th wicket with 322 runs on the board.
So Waqar Younis gets runs in a hurry and got a good eye, and he's very, very strong across the shoulders, this man. In fact, Rav and I were discussing just that this morning.
As Pakistan could do with a few big hits from him. Looking for the 2nd run here, Moin, and getting it comfortably. Pakistan ideally need at this stage is a nice little partnership here between Younis and Moin.
Got it a bit high on the bat, but ran it down for 2. There he goes, a big one. That could go past the field. It's gone well past the field. In fact, it's out of the field.
Well, just what Pakistan want at this stage. A couple of big hits from Younis. He's obliged them with 1. Powerful man, Waqar Younis. He really gets stuck into this one. And it clears the mid-on fence quite comfortably. And a flurry of 6s here today.
Interesting when you sit here, Ravi, and you hear all the discussions going on in your headphones, and you realise that one's going up in the air to be down someone's throat. It is indeed.
Waqar Younis taking a big swing at this one down the leg side. Not quite getting hold of it. The ball going high in the air. And there is a man there, deep mid-wicket, Dharmasena. He keeps his eyes on the ball and takes the catch comfortably with both hands. So the 7th Pakistan wicket gone, 335 runs on the board. We'll look for 2 here. The new man will have to hurry, and he's gone. Cannot make his ground as he came back for the 2nd run. So Azhar Mahmood is dismissed without even facing a ball. Dharmasena again quickly into the act. Running in quickly, picking up nicely, and a good throw to follow. Surya collecting, taking off the bails with the batsman not even in the frame. So 8 wickets gone for Pakistan, 335 runs on the board.
So the new batsman at the crease, and that could have gone anywhere. As it is, there'll be runs, just the one in fact, and that's the 46th over. 4 overs to go, 337 for 8. Funny enough, I think we're going to see that young world record holder turn his arm over for a bit as well, aren't we, Ravi? Because he did that the other day, didn't he, against Kenya very well, I thought.
Yes, he did bowl well, and this wicket will give him something. He might get the odd ball to turn here, and have the other one that keeps low as well. So 49 overs gone, Pakistan 361 for 8.
So just 6 more balls left in the Pakistan innings, and this is really a good total, and it really does mean that we'll have to get the old calculators out come lunchtime just to see what the restriction would be needed for Pakistan to keep Sri Lanka 2. Well, there it is. That's the tail of the Pakistan innings. Anwar, great knock by him for a captain of 120 balls. He just kept being there no matter who came to the crease. Down the leg side. The 362. 5 balls left. SRILANKA, we might see a little bit more of him this afternoon as well, I was thinking, Ravi.
Well, he'll have to go for Sri Lanka.
Well, he still currently holds the fastest 50. Does SRILANKA. By that one ball, he's scored 50 off of 17 deliveries. So I think he'll put the old foot on the gas this afternoon if that's what their intention is to go after it.
No doubt about that. They'll need a good score from him, as well as a couple of other batsmen if they are to stay in the hunt to reach the final.
That's right up in the air, deep down on the boundary. That is a superb catch. Looks like Dora Messina down there.
Well, the ball is following him, and this is a magnificent effort. Terrific outfield catch, this. Moin Khan wanting to hit the ball out of the ground. Playing a little too early here, not to the pitch of the ball. The ball goes high in the air, and have a look at Dharmasena. He has a long way to run. He keeps his eyes on the ball. And even whilst he's falling, make sure that he's got the ball in his hands. Terrific outfield effort that. As Pakistan lose their 9th wicket for 364.
Shahid Nazir is the new man at the crease.
Very impressive Pakistan performance. There's 2 balls remaining, so they've ensured that they batted out the full 50 overs. So if they play this delivery. Swings at this one and in the gap. This could go all the way to the fence. It's a good strike from young Shahid Nazir.
So just 1 ball to come and 1 run short of the 370 mark, and that is an incredible score in one-day cricket. That's a mammoth task for Sri Lanka to overhaul it. And what they need to be looking at, of course, is the other thing of, do they just go for the runs required to get themselves into the final? So that's the 370. They're going for a quick second, and they get home. So 371 for 9 in 50 overs, and that really is, Ravi, an incredible task ahead for Sri Lanka.
Magnificent effort this by Pakistan. They paced the innings brilliantly. Saeed Anwar leading the way from the front, playing a captain's knock of 115. Held the Pakistan innings together, and then we saw that scintillating knock in the middle from Saeed Afridi, who had the fastest 100 in one-day cricket, 100 coming off just 40 balls. And in the end, it was that effort that allowed Pakistan to reach this mammoth score of 371.
So crowd here at the Gymkhana Club, great Pakistan support, and I might add as well, tremendous amount of Sri Lankan support as well at the ground. So everything's a go for this afternoon.
Well, the outstanding statistic there, 102 in just 40 balls. He hit 11 sixes in that knock, equaling the world record, and 102 being the fastest one-day 100. Saeed Anwar doing a splendid job there, 115 in only 120 balls, and Salim Malik playing a useful knock too in the middle of the innings, 43 in only 54 balls. See the partnership there between Saeed Anwar and Afridi, realizing 126 runs, and it came off only 61 balls in 51 minutes. Blazing stuff.
Well, that's the sad tale of woe if you're a bowler out there this morning. And Silver and Vass not really doing too much, and not being able to do too much, and everyone thought, well, maybe it's the spinners' day, they're going to have to get this ball to turn somewhat. But my word, Jazz Saria had some 43 runs knocked off his first 2 overs, and eventually picking up 3 wickets for total endurance, I think, at the end of it all. So there it is. That's the sad tale of woe. Sri Lanka require 372 runs to win this game, and to get through to the final, they need to score over 280, I would suggest.
In the October issue of Car Magazine, we track test Ferrari's new 550 Maranello. Let 5 wagons roll in our special consumer report. Take an in-depth look at Toyota's latest Corolla and road test BMW's powerful new 528i. All this and more in the October issue of Car, on sale now.
Welcome back to the Nairobi Gymkhana. Pakistan have posted a mammoth 371 for 9 off their 50 overs, due largely to Shahid Afridi with his 102 off 40 balls. That's a new world record in one-day international cricket. 11 sixes in that innings. Saeed Anwar also got 100. So that huge total of 371 for 9 means obviously that Sri Lanka need 372 to win the match, but that is not the total that they have in their minds at the moment. If they get to 287, then Sri Lanka will have done enough to reach the final. So they can lose this game quite comfortably, but still qualify for the final on Sunday. So 287 is the figure that Sri Lanka will be aiming for.
So quite an uphill task ahead for Sri Lanka, and probably they just need to settle in, not too long, get their heads down, and these two fellas are renowned for getting on with the game anyway. Jazz Saria, look at that, 140 against New Zealand, and holds the one-day record for the fastest 50 off for 17 balls. And he himself had a tremendous amount of runs knocked off of his couple of overs when he was bowling to this young man Afridi. He had 43 runs knocked off his first two overs. So maybe he has good intentions here for Sri Lanka's point of view.
Yunis is the bowler for Pakistan. He has a habit, really, of going for runs early in his spell. A better bowler with the old ball, only in one-day cricket, but he'll have his work cut out today as Jayasuriya and Kalawitharana attempt to mount the challenge to get 287 initially.
So Kalawitharana brings him down to the strike end. 57 matches he's played in. He's also scored 100 in one-day internationals, this time against Kenya. Of course, that was in the earlier match played at Nairobi. And it was his first 100. Drags him from outside the off stump. Doesn't get it too well, but they get a single.
Well, the additional problem that the Sri Lankans will have here is that this pitch is not coming onto the bat. There's not as much pace in it now as there was perhaps even earlier in the day. Another reason why I think maybe Sri Lanka could have been better served by batting first in this game. Well, it's easy to say that in hindsight. The ball is going to turn more. The bounce is going to become more unpredictable, I think, on this surface.
Also, Paul, I think at the end of the day, you put 260, 270 on the board, which is what Sri Lanka are going to get a little bit more than that to get themselves through the final. You get that on the board. It certainly means that you start getting the calculators out, and Pakistan realise then they'd have to score 350, 360. It's almost an insurmountable task that they would find themselves. It's all psychological at that stage, isn't it?
Well, yeah, if you give Sri Lanka had batted first and got, say they got that 287 or whatever, then Pakistan would have had to beat them with overs to spare in order to get past. That would have been no easy task. So there it is, summed up for you. Need to restrict Sri Lanka to less than 287 to reach the final.
Got that one away through the mid-wicket area.
Sliced away by Jayasuriya. 2 runs, not quite getting to the boundary. Sri Lanka 368 runs to win. We believe they need to get 287 to reach the final. We failed to get confirmation from the match referee over this. Seems somewhat strange. It's out. Jayasuriya's gone. Yunis is delighted. It's just the start that Pakistan wanted. And the Pakistan players are absolutely delighted. Jayasuriya, no option but to try and chase anything. Got it high on the bat. The ball may have stopped on him a little bit. Nazir takes the catch. Jayasuriya goes for 2. Sri Lanka 4 for 1.
Singh just has the 1 ball to face of this Yunis over, and he's got plenty of runs to his name. He's a very experienced player. 22 50s and 200s. And they need one from him today, a big 100. Outside the off stump, they could be called a wide. Indeed it has been. Close to the stump, just driving it across the left-handed batsman with a pace far too wide in the one-day game. So this crowd in total anticipation of an afternoon's cricket match here that really will be, or could be, setting this Gymkhana club alight. Good ball. Ask for it. Look at the bat on that.
Big appeal there from Wakar. And the ball did all the right things. It's just swinging into Gurasena, pitching on off stump. It's a pretty good shout because he's not got a good stride in. May have been a little bit of inside edge, although he looked late on it as well, but no matter. The decision was not out from Russell Tiffin, and Wakar Yunis had one success to his name in the first over. Jayasuriya holding out to Shahid Nazir at mid-off. Delight on all the Pakistan faces.
There's 4. I need a few more of those, get them going. This encouragement now, this young man, the bowler.
Well, it's a poor ball. Would have been a wide had Kalawitharana missed it. It's a free hit. Just helping it away down the leg side. Fine legs up. As we mentioned, he's at leg slip. There's a man at deep backward square, but no chance of stopping that.
And might not be any chance of stopping that either unless you're in the crowd. That's 6.
Massive blow from Kalawitharana. It's the way the Sri Lankans play. They can lose early wickets, but they still go out and try to score as many as they can off the first 15 overs. Waiting for that, Kalawitharana. Saw him dispatch Alan Donald earlier in the week over square leg for 6. That was a massive blow over mid-wicket.
And here comes another. Just one bounce. They could have had inside the boundary, yes. In fact, the ball just bouncing inside the boundary rope there.
Kalawitharana just setting himself. Anything that length, just fractionally short, he's going to try and swing away on the leg side. There's only one man out on the leg side boundary, and he's backward a square.
Well, he took that away, ending down the leg side or straying leg side. Put that away very quickly indeed.
Slower ball from Wakar as well. I think Kalawitharana was aiming that mid-on-ish initially. Almost through the stroke before he got a big, thick inside edge on it. They all count. It's 4 more to the Sri Lankan total. Huge appeal. Russell Tiffin is unmoved. No, he's not. He's fought for about a minute and a half and then decided to give Kalawitharana out. Caught behind down the leg side. And Wakar has done the job for Pakistan. Russell Tiffin thought for an age about this. Quite clearly off the glove. He must have been giving the batsman time to walk, I think, but it's a good decision in the end. Wakar's gone through about 4 appeals. Kalawitharana gone for 19, 26 for 2 in the 3rd over, Sri Lanka.
Aravinda De Silva, next batsman at the crease, because of the dismissal of Karuwizwaran for 19, and it was the 5th ball of the over. My word, he has got a lot of runs in his life, hasn't he? Great little player, this.
Yeah, there's no way Aravinda De Silva will play any differently. He'll go out and take the attack to the Pakistanis. Sri Lankans have adopted this policy of playing 7 batsmen. If they lose 2 early on, they still carry on in the same attacking vein. 1 ball left in the 3rd over. It was Aravinda that played such a marvellous innings in the World Cup semi-final against India when Sri Lanka lost 2 wickets in the 1st over. Aravinda came in and, as if nothing had happened, scorched his way past 50.
That's the end of Wakunis' 2nd over. 2 wickets he's got. Sri Lanka are 26 for 2 after 3. Oh, just what they wanted, Pakistan. Gurusingh just playing all over the place for that. And that was a little quicker too.
3 wickets for Wakar, the 3rd of which helped onto middle stump by the inside edge of Gurusingh's bat. And Sri Lanka really in trouble now. Dragged it on from way outside off stump. Head in the air. And Wakar is absolutely delighted. Gurusingh goes for 1, 27 for 3 in 5, Sri Lanka.
Wickets to have fallen so far, as Roshan Mahanama comes out to the middle. 151 matches for him, close to 4,000 runs in one-day international cricket. 119 versus Zimbabwe, his best. And he'll be on strike to Waqar Younis with his tail up. Asankar Gurusingh, the last batsman to be dismissed. Looking to smash this one through the covers. Getting an inside edge and having his stump shattered. That's the target, huge target set for the Sri Lankans by the Pakistanis. 372 to get. Terrific Pakistan performance that to reach that score. Came out today with a faint hope of reaching the final. Now look to be the favourites. Loud shout for leg before. Up goes the umpire's finger. Younis has struck again. And the Sri Lankan innings in disarray. Having lost their 4th wicket now. 2 in the over for Waqar Younis. Mahanama has the habit of coming across the stumps with his pads. And just striking him around middle and leg stump. Adjudged leg before by the umpire. 4 wickets gone, 27 runs on the board. Out comes the Sri Lankan captain, Arjuna Ranatunga, with his side in deep trouble. 4 wickets down for 27. Over 5,000 runs in one-day internationals. 200s and 33 50s. The last man to go was Roshan Mahanama. Trying to play across the line. Was a judge leg before. Umpire Russell Tiffin. A little unfortunate there. That would have maybe missed leg stump. Wide signal by the umpire there. We saw Alan Donald picking up 6 wickets yesterday in the game against Kenya. Waqar already has 4 and 7 overs remaining. Every opportunity for him here to get into the record books. It's been quite a venue, this Nairobi Gymkhana. We have the chairman of the organizing committee and the chairman of the Nairobi Gymkhana Club, Sharad Gai, sitting with us. Sharad, big day for Nairobi Gymkhana.
You bet. It is certainly a big day, and I'm sure Nairobi Gymkhana will be remembered as a venue for records. Especially the quick 100 scored by Afridi. That will be remembered for a long time, not even here, in the rest of the world.
Certainly would. It's a one-day international world record. 287, the target for them to reach the final. And this is pulled away by De Silva, magnificently over square leg for 6. This shot is a De Silva trademark. He's so quick to pick up the length. He loves playing this shot and times this one beautifully. Goes way over square leg for 6. And driven nicely this time. He finds a gap through the covers. This should be 4 runs. Fine shot this by Ranatunga. Hit on the up. And the gap between mid-off and cover. And this time he's pulled it on the onside for 4 more. Good over this for Sri Lanka. It's an amazing shot by De Silva. It's not all that short. He's picked it up so quickly and hoisted it over mid-wicket. 1 bounce and into the fence. And he's gone again. And this time over square leg for his second 6. So 2 boundaries and a 6 in this over for the little Sri Lankan. Again, magnificently picked up. He's timed this one well and over the square leg fence. That's the second 6 he's hit in that area. And this will get the Sri Lankan supporters going. Pulled away by De Silva. We've seen him playing that shot on quite a few occasions already in this innings. He does so and he gets another boundary. Gets into lovely position as he pulls this one on the onside in front of square. Oh, this is... You won't see many better shots played here today than this one. Magnificent stroke from De Silva. He just stood up tall here and blasted this through the offside. Driven by Ranatunga this time, beautifully through the covers for 4. Just what Sri Lanka need. Runs coming in at both ends. Beautifully played. Good balance, still head, and a nice follow through. Nazir again. Played away by Ranatunga. There's a man, a third man, and there's a misfield. And the ball crosses over the fence. So the pressure being put on the Pakistani fielders. Played away to third man by Ranatunga. Azhar Mahmood, the fielder, just takes his eyes off the ball, lifts his head, and the ball goes over the line. Sri Lankans won't mind that, so it's 2 boundaries and 2 balls for the Sri Lankan captain. Magnificent stuff. This is a glorious shot through the covers. Magnificent stuff, this. De Silva not allowing the pressure to get to him. Just reeling off some fabulous shots. And smashed through the covers again, this time even straighter. Magnificent stuff this from De Silva. Again hit on the up wide of Waqar Yunus at mid-off. And a lovely way to end the over. 13 overs gone, Sri Lanka 95 for 4. So he's going along at a nice pace. De Silva 44 in only 31 deliveries. Ranatunga giving him good company, scoring at more than a run a ball. Big sweep away. There is a man down there. Oh dear, beat him. The bounce beat him. 4 runs. So the 100 coming up. 1 run to go. Sweeps it away. That really should have been fielded by Nazir. He makes his way in, and then suddenly an awkward bounce for him, but he beats him on the bounce and through for 4. Ranatunga saying thank you. Oh my word, that's inside edge onto pad, otherwise that would have been all over and done with. My word, a quicker ball coming through from Mushtaq, pushes it through and gets a little bit of spin and height, slams it onto his leg. See that quite plainly. This one goes away once again through the square to the wicket, and that brings 100 up. Sri Lankan's flags start to move again in the crowd. They've been a little bit still during the course of the morning period, and particularly during the course of the early part of this innings when they lost 4 wickets for 27. 14 overs gone, 103 for 4. Sri Lanka need to get into the final, and any more of that, they'll be getting them quite quickly. That was a shocking ball from Malik, there's no doubt about that. It was short, it was coming up, it was lifting, it was everything that De Silva would love to have put on a plate for him. And he's a very aggressive batsman indeed. I've had the pleasure of watching him a couple of seasons ago playing for my county, Kent, in England. He was an absolute delight to watch. So the chairman of Kenya Cricket Association still with us, Jimmy Riani. Jimmy, I tell you, you've got a game on your hands here.
Well, isn't it exciting? And this is what...
That's a 1 bounce 4.
This is what we would love as organizers, that the crowd are enjoying it. They would want to come again and again. It's just marvelous from the point of view from Kenya Cricket Association.
2 steps down the wicket from Ranatunga, and Malik is deposited well over the boundary road. So here comes another one. Is it going to beat the field? Answer yes. Down to the mid-wicket area for the left-hander, sweeping down towards the players' enclosure. And the youngsters here today are really enjoying this. As if they haven't seen enough of this all day. We've had 100 scored off 40 balls before. And here he goes again. And that's a bigger one. That is a long way back. Russell tipping tells you how far back it went. 6 runs. Well, Selim Malik is now thankful that his over is up. 15 gone, 1-2-2 for 4. So there we are, 8.1. And remember, at this stage in the Pakistan innings, young Said Afridi was there. And he was in blistering form at this moment. So these two fellas really are moving things along. So Mushtaq, De Silva gets the single. De Silva gets also his 50. That's a good innings. Did well. His captain applauds him. So do his compatriots on the balcony. They also applaud him. Good 50 for him. Coming off 34 balls. 8 4s and 2 6s. Blistering pace, isn't it? My word. Oh, he got the thickest of edges, but it's gone roaring down there for 4 runs. And that brings up his 50. And also brings up the 150 as well. So Ranatunga gets his 50. Sri Lanka get 150 off of 20 overs. Oh, he's a loud appeal, back from walks. And the young man has had the break that Pakistan wanted. And the captain, Aruna Ranatunga, has gone. Look at this, and this is really sharp indeed. Up it goes. Moin Khan takes it quite comfortably in the end as it pops up. And Ranatunga not waiting for the umpire's decision. He goes for 52, and Sri Lanka 151 for 5.
Tilakaratne coming in at number 7 for Sri Lanka. Pretty useful man to have coming in this lowdown. 2 centuries, 9 50s to his name. Highest score of 104 against the West Indies in Bombay some 3 years ago. An experienced individual coming in to replace his captain Arjuna Ranatunga, who put a glove onto this. Moin Khan taking the catch. And something tells me it's Shahid Afridi's day. Arjuna Ranatunga have rescued the innings somewhat. They've got to keep going. 290s their target. Even though that won't win them the game, it might get them through to the final. Optimistic shout from Afridi ends the over. 152 for 5 from 21. Bowled him round his legs. Big turn from Saqlain as Tilakaratne tried to sweep that backward of square. He's furious with himself. But Saqlain gets the important breakthrough. That's the last of Sri Lanka's recognised batsmen in the pavilion. Dragged it on.
Dragged it on. I think just rolled off his arm after he played the shot.
Bowl Mushtaq for 3, Tilakaratne. Sri Lanka 160 for 6 from 24. Kumar Dharmasena in at number 8 for Sri Lanka. 41 matches, good experience, a good average as well in the mid-20s. 1/2 century, and that scored against Pakistan in Singapore recently. And this is the 4 of Mahanama, looking to sweep. Just played a little bit early and got a glove onto leg stump. Bowled round his legs, Ushan Mahanama, and extreme delight for Sack Lane.
Is a huge one. 9.4 runs per over they'll have to get if they have to reach that target. Pulled away by De Silva in the gap between square leg and mid-wicket, and again a lovely piece of fielding by Ijaz Ahmed.
That really was good. One-handed. Remember, this is not the easiest ground in the world to field on. Lots of bounce, and have a look at that. Taken away down to the mid-wicket area. A lot of ground to make up. Still not in screen. Here he comes. And a really good piece of one-handed fielding. I can tell you that's exactly what happened at the end of it. And that was a superb piece of fielding. End of the 30s over, 20 to go. 182 for 6. And I think one looks at the scorecard, you will see that there was a huge partnership. De Silva and his captain Ranatunga. That was very, very important indeed. Ranatunga going along at a fast rate of knots, 52 or 46. And De Silva doing the same, and they got some respectability into the total because they came together when the score was 27 with 4 wickets down, and they took it along to 151. So there we are, the players now enjoying a drink. And gets that put right the way around that. They go down to the long on boundary, and that's the 200 up, that magical figure.
He's played very sensibly, Dharmasena, as he did in the game against South Africa.
Well, there we are. That's single out there through to the cover boundary. There's 1 run. That brings up the 50 partnership. So 14 overs left. Sri Lanka need 80 to get into the final. But he's put across. Played that on the onside. That's going to beat the field. 4 glorious runs there from Dharmasena. Great shot.
Well, he seems to be rising to the occasion, Dharmasena. You were talking about his temperament a little earlier, and this is beautifully put away. Yunus looking for the Yorker, but Dharmasena converting that into a half volley and finding the gap on the onside.
Oh, and he's got that one away too. That was a little short. Picked it up very quickly. Fielded though, well fielded down there. A lot of ground happened to be made through the mid-wicket area to recover that. 37 overs gone, 221 for 6. So just 50 runs required now. Long. I'm looking at that, aren't I? It's 150 runs to equal that to 371. Let's get my mathematics back together again immediately and say it's 69 required.
Pulled away, picks up anything short so quickly, Aravinda. As Saeed tried to push that through quickly, he's just dragged it down, and Aravinda slapped it through mid-wicket for 4.
It has been marvellous inning from De Silva so far. Sri Lankans must be waiting for him to get a big total on the board.
It's lofted high, hard and handsome for 6. And this is the point. Salim Malik bowling this 44th over when Waka Yunus should be bowling it really. Dharmasena, the man with the lofted on drive. Just wide of the diving Mahmood. End of the 44th over, 257 for 6, Sri Lanka. That's a 100 partnership. What a marvellous effort between De Silva and Dharmasena. magnificent performance by these two. 100 runs, being calm, cool and collected. It's 40 minutes it's taken them on 127 balls. Got to be very close. It's going down. Good decision by Russell Tiffin to get an LBW there. You bowling from that wide on the return crease, you have to turn the ball, and this didn't.
So, what have we got on the leg side, on the onside? Just a short mid-wicket, a fine leg, and a deep backward square, and also a very deep mid-wicket as well. Oh, he could have gone. Umpire hasn't given him. He's waiting for the box. We're going to see it. So Ian Robinson didn't give it on the initial stages. The Pakistanis say we've got him. Big swing, off balance, gets back in, back down. All that is tight. And that could be very close indeed. It could be a frame for frame out, this could be. And remember that you're seeing this at 25 frames per second this goes through. So difficult. Remember the line belongs to the wicketkeeper, and I don't believe he can give that because it's, well, they're giving him out. Well, he's giving it out. Now that does cause a little bit of surprise because at that moment you couldn't see the wicket being broken, and he's given it, the third umpire. So Aravinda de Silva is gone for 122. A fine not by him. In fact, not just a fine not, an absolute responsible piece of batting by Aravinda de Silva, the Sri Lankan vice-captain. And Sri Lanka are 270 for 7, just 20 runs required. Chaminda Vaas, an average of 16.4. If he can get his 16, they'll be very happy, will Sri Lanka. Needing 20 runs to qualify for the final. His highest score was 33. And this is why he's there. Now, this ball goes through. Big swing by Aravinda de Silva. Up it goes, down, back, down, and keeper, all in the same movement. And that is exceptionally difficult to give. So therefore, the umpire, Mr. Ian Robinson, calls for the third umpire to make that decision for him. And he gave it out.
He's out. Chipped it to cover off the leading edge. Dharmasena has fallen to Sir Clain. Congratulations all round. And Dharmasena is distraught. Looking to work it on the onside. Just the leading edge and pops up. To Saeed Anwar, the captain, at extra cover, and Dharmasena goes for 51. 279 for 8, Sri Lanka. "52 games, not much of an average." And I think he's gone first ball. Stump first ball. Sir Clain saw him coming, fired it wide of off stump, and really that was not the most sensible piece of batting from Muralitharan. He must have seen the ball turning all day. It turned when he bowled, so there's no reason to suspect that it stopped turning. And you have to have a look before you do this sort of thing. And hopelessly stranded, Muralitharan, as Moeen uproots the stumps. First ball, Muralitharan goes, 279 for 9. One more run off 2 balls will see Sri Lanka in the final. A wicket will see Pakistan there. Bowl him! Yorker round the wicket. Waqar Younis has done it for Pakistan in the most amazing of circumstances.
Chaminda Vaas, having hit him for a 6 and a 4, was defeated by the toe-searching Yorker, and Pakistan will play South Africa in the final on Sunday. You couldn't ask for a better or more perfectly placed delivery, and Waqar knows his arm aloft in triumph is hoisted aloft by Ijaz and the rest of his teammates. Chaminda Vaas bowled off the penultimate delivery of the game. He's not a happy bunny. Absolutely extraordinary game of cricket here at the Nairobi Gymkhana. Sees Pakistan win the match and get through to the final on a faster or better net run rate. Congratulations all round from Sri Lankans to Pakistanis. Ranatunga there, and Dav Watmore, the coach. The Pakistan flag fluttering proudly in the evening light. That's what happened earlier on in the day. Pakistan made a mammoth 371 for 9. Afridi, the man of the innings, 102 from just 40 balls. The captain Saeed Anwar got 100 at almost a run a ball and was somewhat overshadowed by Afridi in his debut innings for Pakistan. Scored the quickest century in one-day international history. Magnificent performance. That partnership of 1-2-6 highlighting the partnerships for Pakistan. The Sri Lankan bowlers, well, they suffered. Joe Saraya 3 for 94 and Muralitharan 2 for 73 were really expensive. And somebody's got to go for runs when the side scores 371 against you. And that meant that Sri Lanka needed 372 to win the game, but more importantly, they needed 290 to beat Pakistan on a better net run rate. And look at that, 289 all out, 1 run short of what would have total that would have taken them to the final. All out off the 5th ball of the last over. Waqar Younis, magnificent. Ending Vaas and Sri Lanka's innings with a searing Yorker. 5 wickets to Younis, 4 to Saqlain, and the 2 key bowlers for Pakistan really showed their worth. Marvellous effort from De Silva, 122 and 116 balls, and 50s from Ranatunga and Dharmasena. Got Sri Lanka as close as you could possibly get without succeeding. Partnerships of 1-2-4 between De Silva and Ranatunga and 110 between De Silva and Dharmasena got Sri Lanka to within a hair's breadth of victory. Pakistan's bowlers, well, just 2 you need to look at really. Waqar Younis, 8 overs and 5 balls, no maidens, 5 for 52. And Saqlain Mushtaq, 10 overs, 2 maidens, 4 for 33. This is how the Sri Lankan innings ended. 1 run they needed, not for victory, but to get in the finals. And the middle stump Yorker proves decisive for Pakistan. Brave effort from Chaminda Vaas. Came in and hit 2 mighty 6s and a towering 4. But it wasn't to be enough for his side. close ball round the wicket for Waqar, and it worked for him. Brilliant performance and an absolutely stunning game of cricket. Constant chanting from the Pakistanis. Ravi Shastri will be making the Man of the Match award. I'm not really sure that he's got too difficult a task, even though the game has been littered with stunning performances. The one that stands out above all others is that of Shahid Afridi, with the fastest century ever in one-day international cricket. He didn't do too badly either. 5 wickets for Waqar Younis. Dan Kiesel, the Pakistan physiotherapist, escorting Waqar to the presentation area. You can imagine that the scenes in both dressing rooms will be one of absolute elation and one of complete despair and despondency. There's the Sri Lankan captain, Arjuna Ranatunga, making his way from the players' area to in front of the Gymkhana pavilion. And we're just about ready now. We can go down and join Barry Lambert.
Well, thanks very much indeed, Paul. Yes, what an exciting match we've had here this afternoon. Who would have believed 660 runs scored in this daily match? And at one stage when we started the match, I don't think you'd have given Pakistan a hope in hell of getting through to the final. But my word, didn't they go for it right from the word go? And at the end of the day, when you look at the run rate at 371, and then just failing at the final hurdle of the Sri Lankans, 660 runs scored here in this match. And let me tell you what the winning margin was, in case you don't know. I can tell you that the Pakistanis scored at 0.498. That's 0.498. That was their run average. And Sri Lanka scored at 0.497. 0.007 of a run. I've never seen one that close before. So the Man of the Match award, well, Ravi Shastri's got that honour, and what an honour it is for him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on a day where close to 700 runs were scored, as far as I'm concerned, there was only one winner, and that was cricket. We saw some magnificent performances today, especially with the bat. Terrific hundreds from the Pakistan captain, Saeed Anwar, and a brilliant innings from Arvinder De Silva. We also saw some top performances with the ball. Waqar Younis bowled brilliantly with the new ball, and I thought Sakle and Mushtaq did a fantastic job under pressure. But the performance that towers over all the performances we've seen today was that sizzling 37-ball 100 by a young man playing his first innings in big time, Shahid Afridi, and he's my trust card man of the match.
Mr. Shah, if you'd like to present the award to Shahid Afridi. So really good. And Mush, I'm sure the manager is delighted this young man's performance. And I know Shahid has already spoken to us today about this incredible run rate that he got going and really pushed you into position. Did you think at the beginning this was possible to win this match?
Well, right from the beginning we were positive in approach, and we tried this new theory of, after seeing him in the nets, he played well, he hit the ball very cleanly, so we put him in number 3 and took a gamble, and he played a magnificent knock.
I think you have a few shillings on you take a gamble like that, Mush. So now, Shahid, how did this go for you? Because I know from your point of view there's a lot of pressure on you going out there to bat.
But I enjoyed it.
I'm sure you did. If you didn't enjoy that, you'll never enjoy an innings ever, let me tell you. We enjoyed it as well. 11 sixes, getting your foot to the ball, and there were some delightful shots as well, Mush. There was those little deft touches around the wicket as well.
Very cultured hitting, you know, it wasn't slogging, it was a cultured hitting, and a young man like him is only 16 and a half, and only first international debut, and to get 100 and break a world record is something.
He's not only going to break a world record, he's breaking a lot of young ladies' hearts out here as well, so well done, Shahid. Congratulations. So the man of the match is Shahid Afridi. And let's talk, first of all, to the losing captain, Arjuna Ranatunga from Sri Lanka, winning the toss today and electing to field. Arjuna, I was a little dubious about that decision. Do you regret that now?
Not really, like that's how we play cricket. We are normally very good in chasing, but they batted pretty well. They played very well today. They deserve to win.
At the end of the day, at the end of your innings virtually, it looked as though it was all over at 27 for 4, and then you and Harry got together and really had a good knock.
Yeah, I thought Harry batted well, and I had the supporting role. And then latter part, Kumar Dharmasen and Was batted well. I thought credit should go to the Pakistan side. They played better than us today.
It looks as well as though the wicket was taken probably or coming on slower at the end in your innings than it was when you were out in the field.
Slightly took little turn, but it was one of the best wickets for a one-day game.
Well, the one-day champions have been beaten, but I'm sure all of us here in Kenya say thank you very much for gracing our fields. You really have been an absolute delight to have you with us.
Yeah, I think I should thank the crowd. I think they backed us right throughout, and should wish both teams, Pakistan and South Africa, good luck in the finals.
Thanks, Arjuna. Nice seeing you again. Arjuna Ranatunga, the captain, and Syed Anwar, the captain of Pakistan. Congratulations, Syed. I think everybody forgot one thing during the course of this match, and that is everybody was looking to 290, not to the 371 runs that you scored.
Yeah, actually, when we didn't know about it, that we have to beat them by that margin, we thought it would be 50 runs. But today we learned that it's net run rate we didn't know about. So, but luckily, Shahid Afridi played a brilliant innings. All of the guys put them in. They played very well, batted very well, and in the end, they bowled very well. Wakar especially, he bowled very well. He's the best bowler in the world, I think, both in the one-days and in the test matches. And to beat a team like Sri Lanka, I think we did very well because they're world champions. They're a very good team, and we enjoyed playing against them.
Syed, I think you're being very modest. I know you stood one end while all that was going on, that hustle and bustle of the 102 in 40 balls, but you played a very, very responsible knock yourself.
Well, I had to play in because the game against Kenya got out and things started to crumble. So today I thought that we might take a chance with this chap, and he played very well, and he came up to the team's expectations.
Well, I think if we have a same sort of match in the final between you and South Africa, my pacemaker's not going to last.
Yeah, we'll try our best because we're coming from a big tour of England. We're coming from Toronto. We played a lot of cricket, 4.5 months of consecutive regular cricket. But we will still try our best to win this tournament and give our best in the finals.
Well, congratulations to you and your team. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday here at the Gymkhana Club in the final.
Thank you very much.
So there we are, the captain, a very jubilant captain indeed of Pakistan. They meet South Africa in the final here at the Gymkhana Club at 9:30 local time start, an early start, 9:30 local time, don't forget that, to see not only the best batsmen in the world, but probably two of the fastest and certainly most prolific bowlers in the world. You've got Waqar Younis for Pakistan and Alan Donald for South Africa. Can't wait for this one.